Gentlemen,
Welcome, everyone, to January 31st edition of Friday Night Horror Trivia.
hopefully everybody's having a good week.
And we got a couple of things to bring up
Yep.
before we start here. We do have two movies tonight. It's a double feature. Tomorrow is another double feature. There's also going to be the Scream Park Awards show, and it's going to be hosted by Dean of the Dead, presented by Dean of the Dead, I should say, and that's going to be Sunday night at 9 Eastern. If you all watched last night, we had a really cool live reading of Fright Night, the stage play adaptation. That was very cool. We actually set some viewership records. Had 1,200 people in the live. So I'd love to see half of that show up for trivia. That'd be a lot of competition, you all. So. And we're also going to bump trivia start time back to 8:30, just so there's less time between trivia ending and the movie starting. 10 questions. We're usually getting done in about 20-25 minutes tops. And on theme nights, we'll bump it back to 8:15 because we'll need more time for the questions. But we're gonna start just a smidge later. Sorry, P-Nerps and everybody else in the time zones, but that way there's a more seamless transition. You don't have that 15 to 20 minute gap sometimes between the movies starting. And other than that, let's start the timer. And who all, if you were in the chat and you saw last night, what'd you think? And if you didn't see it, you should go back and watch the recording of it. It was fantastic. But
I'm gonna have to catch that. I was working last night, so I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Pay bills instead of
it
just doesn't love us. It's whatever.
Yeah. But what I do love is giving questions. And first question is, which of these horror movies did not get a cartoon made from it? Toxic Avenger, Swamp Thing, Salem's Lot, or Little Shop of Horrors? So 3 of these horror movies have had animated features.
And if you're new tonight, just type the number or the answer of the question in the chat. Your first answer is the only answer that counts. And you get it in as soon as you possibly can because there is a bit of a delay between the stream and the actual timer. It's maybe about 5 or 10 seconds. So
there seems to be some answers spread out between two over here. Guys are split between 3 and 4.
They all should have had cartoons.
Most of us knowing that, Toxic Crusaders was an awesome cartoon.
Ghostbusters had a couple cartoons too.
Yep.
At least 2. I think there might be 3. There might be
like a new Extreme one. After the real Ghostbusters. Then you had the remake of the
feels like Scooby-Doo.
But it was Salem's Lot. There was a Saturday morning cartoon Little Shop from Little Shop of Horrors. They totally changed the whole thing with Audrey, but yep.
C'est la vie. You got a cartoon out of it. I don't know what you can complain about.
Now, how cool would a Salem's Lot cartoon be?
Pretty dope. I actually almost asked a Salem's Lot question, and then I saw that there was already technically a Salem's Lot question night, so I didn't.
Yeah, and it does look like we are going to get that release of the Toxic Avenger that's been on the shelf for 2 years.
The Peter Dinklage one?
Yep.
That was some stupid tax evasion game, 100%. There's no way that Uncle Lloyd's going to have quality control after all these years and not let something come out. But you know what you can do when the ghosts are out? You can call Ghostbusters. And what is that phone number to call Ghostbusters? Is it 867-5309? Is it 555-2878? 555-2666 or 555-2368?
And if you don't get the joke in those answers, you're not old.
I know who I'm calling. But she may not be calling back. If I had all the money in the world, I would buy a line that has that number on it.
Got the number off a bathroom wall.
For a good time call.
But I think this was another one you guys were split on these. Actually 50-50 split. Surprising.
Ooh.
Yeah, 555-2368.
2666 would be a good Ghostbusters phone number, though.
I made that one up.
But that is also that is actually the phone number for the orphanage and none for you.
Yep. And I think 555-2878 was 2 555 bust. So I came up with that also. So.
that's actually a 900 number.
Right.
Let's
No, but we
Ghostbusters
have the
that
number
card.
for orphanage. We also got question number 3. Who was the mysterious author in The Mouth of Madness? Was it Sutter King, Sutter Kane, Stephen Kane, or Bitch?
I don't know what the hell my my eyes are bugging right now. I thought that said in the moth of madness. It's like, how did I miss that spelling error?
But it's one of John Carpenter's got such a catalog. To say it's one of the many favorites of his is easy. But what was the author's name? Sutter King, Sutter Kane, Stephen Kane, or Pitch?
I have a good idea which one it
Chris
should be.
Kennedy is giving everybody an answer, saying obviously it's Pitch.
Yeah, watch out, Chris. Come on now. Bitch is a very accomplished author.
Do you read Bish?
I love Bish.
But it was, you guys all got that one, Sutter Kane.
Heard they were smacked up. You're right about that. You got to smack them up. Keep your pimp hand strong. Pimp hand strong. See, we give you life lessons on here sometimes.
Totally.
It's not just nerd shit.
So, who's watching to win? Yes, I'm a. So throw some ideas in the comments.
Or don't.
Yeah,
It's fine.
Everyone.
We'll come up with ideas even without your input.
This one's you.
The red-faced demon in Insidious is also known by this name. The man with fire in his face, the demon, Damon, or Beelzebub.
What
is he's also known as the lipstick face demon. But then they tell you more about that later, and they aren't the same thing. But in the very first movie, it's also credited as like lipstick face demon.
That jump scare did get me the first time I watched it. That jump scare got me.
The scene where he's behind,
yeah,
when he just kind of sticks his head out, is so damn creepy. That movie is so creepy. Like, it legitimately is so fun. That's like an infinitely rewatchable movie.
I'll choose Insidious over the Conjuring franchise any day of the week.
Now, I do love the Warrens' like depiction in that universe, but I like the Insidious like story and mythology more.
Guys, smash that one.
The man with the fire in his face.
2 in a row. Everybody getting all right. We got to make these questions harder.
Listen, it's new year, new me. You know, I'm just making sure they're horror movie questions this year. I can't be responsible for the difficulty. Not trying to be burned at the stake. They'll make the next Conjuring movie about us when they kill us for not giving them trivia questions they can answer. And don't be thinking,
what movie did Jason get his mask in?
Don't be thinking that the trivia tournament champions is going to be this easy. I'm working on those questions, and they're going to be hard.
If you know this movie,
you can't know them.
If you know this movie, you know some good horror movies. Who is Fats in 1978's Magic? Was he a ventriloquist dummy, a clown doll, shadowy figure, or a large magician?
You all should check out this watch along. David Desmalchin, who you may know as the Polka Dot Man, or the Jack Dorsey from Late Night with the Devil. He came on and joined us on our SPF Entertainment channel several years ago now, and did a double feature. And he picked Magic and Dead Ringers as 2 horror movies we had to watch, and so we watched them.
Magic is so good.
It's so good.
It's so, if you haven't seen it, Anthony Hopkins is just forget about it.
It's so good. It is a must watch movie. You should see it.
I think all you guys get. That's 3 in a row. I don't like that. It's too easy.
It is too easy. But you know what else is easy? Pausing the game and punishing you all. Just kidding. We're going to talk about the double features tonight at 9 Eastern, so top of the hour, whatever time zone you're in. We're going to have Vampires on a Boat, and it's vampires with a PYRZ, so you know they're hip and trendy. And the synopsis of Vampires on a Boat is that they're trapped at sea with bloodthirsty vampires that can appear and vanish at will. A mystery man named Max must fight to save the woman he loves, but as the nightmare unfolds, he realizes he's caught in a bizarre cosmic time loop. Classic vampire shit. Will he find a way out before it's too late? Hmm.
Hmm.
Interesting. Interesting. What's the second movie, Uncle Pete?
Yeah, so at 10:15 p.m. Eastern, we have Dark Sense, spelled as you would spell Dark Sense. Simon's got the power to see the future, and his laser vision has led him straight to a ruthless serial killer. But he's hunting his target, of course, that secret government agent decides Simon's just too darn dangerous to be free. So he's got to fight against those two horrors that are trying to silence him permanently. Based on the best-selling novel by Peter Flannery, this supernatural thriller will keep you on the edge of your seat or couch or bed, on your phone, wherever you're watching it.
And you will be watching it because we'll be watching you watch it or not, and you will be punished accordingly. So check out the movies after trivia. And with that, we go to question 6 in 20 seconds.
Yeah, but Magic's a fun movie.
It is. It is. I need to rewatch it, but it's on our SPF Entertainment channel. I don't think we're gonna like at some point redo it and premiere it on Kings of Horror with you all and do like a live watch party again, like rewatch it. But it's something we did like in 2018, 2017. It was a long time ago now, but still hits. Should just be if you search for SPF Entertainment, but don't do that now. Do it after the movies tonight. Should just be SPF Entertainment. We got a little yellow orb looking icon. You may be watching it on SPF Entertainment. We actually broadcast horror trivia to it. And while we're broadcasting other channels, how long was the filming time for the first Saw movie? Was it 2 months, 3 weeks, a year, or 18 days? How fast did they get it done? I feel like all these are pretty quick amounts of time for a movie with lots of effects.
Yeah. Well, I think it was mostly, it was mostly just a few sets, so that probably helped. That's another movie I wish I could watch the end for the first time again.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool reveal. It kind of went off the rails. There's a lot of sequels there, but
And actually, I think the number one movie I wish I could watch for the first time
18 days
is Old Boy. I wish I could watch the ending of Old Boy for the first time.
Old Boy's weird. I haven't watched it in a long time, so honestly, the next time I watch it, it's gonna feel like watching it for the first time again. There's a whole bunch of movies I need to like watch again. It's been a long time. Like you remember what happened, so you're not like that. Like, oh, I've seen it. I'm not like in a rush to see it, and I don't love it. It's not my favorite, but it's not a bad movie. It's just there's so many movies. You know, Halloween 3 is a movie that I watch endlessly. I don't have time for anything else.
But Annabelle could be a good movie or a bad movie, depending if you like it or not. But the real life Annabelle doll is what kind of doll? Is it Raggedy Ann, a Chatty Cathy, a Cabbage Patch doll, or a vintage porcelain doll?
All creepy.
The real life Annabelle.
The real life.
What doll was it? Raggedy Ann, Chatty Cathy, Cabbage Patch, vintage porcelain.
And it's in the Warrens Museum of the Occult. That would be a cool day trip if I'm ever in the. I don't think I've ever been in that part of the United States though.
Wasn't there time where that douche Zach Baggins like touched it and he wasn't supposed to touch it?
Probably made out with it.
Right?
It's probably got like syphilis or something on it. That's probably what actually made it cursed. It just gives you syphilis. It's just loaded with contagion.
You know he's carrying something.
Bro, I still think it's hilarious that he blames the demon for taking his eyesight. And I was like, that's what you get, bro, for like calling out demons, okay?
I thought it's hysterical when he challenges a demon to a fight.
And then he gets his ass kicked somehow. Shadow boxing. It's a Raggedy
Annabelle
Ann.
was a Raggedy Ann doll.
However, all these dolls are creepy. I think the Annabelle in the movie is insanely creepy. But I think it's honestly creepier than the real life. Annabelle is a Raggedy Ann doll. Like you would think there's nothing wrong. Like out of all the dolls, Raggedy Ann's probably the least creepy. Like it's not even really a doll. It's just like a stuffed animal essentially. Creepy.
And isn't Chatty Cathy? That's from the Brady Bunch, right?
Yeah. I think it's also in Toy Story 4.
Oh, okay.
Or a knockoff of it. But you know what's not a knockoff? The 2007 movie Zodiac. It's actually considered to be incredibly accurate. What happened after it was released? Were officials able to solve the case? Did officials reopen the case? Was Jake Gyllenhaal forced to seek therapy, which probably should be doing that anyway? And or was it a man came forward to confess to the killings?
And Patrick said it was also
Oh
the
yeah,
Twilight
Twilight
Zone
Zone.
episode
Yeah.
with Chatty Cathy.
Well, like what? Chatty Cathy was like a '50s doll. Like it's like the voice box doll. It was like a mass produced thing. Just like the Raggedy Ann, just like the Cabbage Patch dolls. Unfortunately, like the porcelain dolls. That's just so creepy. Like, you can't tell me it was a child's plaything. It's made out of porcelain, bro. Like, come on. It's cold
Every
and
time
lifeless.
people mention Cowchild dolls, I remember Pound Puppies. Pound Puppies were
Pound
cool.
puppies were dope. I had a pound puppy.
I had a Pound Puppy.
I had a
Yeah.
pound puppy. I don't know why. And officials reopened the case. It was so compelling. I don't know why they ever really closed it because what's the harm in that? Like, okay, yeah, the likelihood of the killer still being alive gets smaller and smaller every day because he'd be in his 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s. He's not getting any younger. It's like DB Cooper. What's the fun in closing it? Just leave it open. You didn't solve it. Quit trying to give yourself credit for doing something you didn't do. Solve it for good before you can close it. Everybody's gonna love this one. This was your Patreon hit.
So which of these movies has not been made into a Broadway musical? Toxic Avenger, shown up twice as trivia. The Shining, The Hunger, or The Evil Dead? Which one of these has not become a Broadway musical?
Mark
Was it
Ruffalo.
Toxic and His Crusaders, The Shining, The Hunger, or The Evil Dead?
Okay. So the word is that Mark Ruffalo is a Zodiac killer. I don't know if the timelines line up. I think Ted Cruz is more likely Zodiac killer, but I could see it. Maybe it's Eli Roth, since he likes to eat people.
So, see, most of you guys had the similar answer on here, but let's see, which of these has not become a Broadway musical?
Ted Cruz's Temu Wolverine.
It was The Shining.
I don't know how you would make The Shining a Broadway musical, to be honest. But I guess the Hunger has one, so I don't know.
Like, what would you like? Yeah, what would I think? Someone's probably working on it. There's a script on some producer's desk or in his trash can of Shining the musical.
Oh, okay. What is this? People getting on to me. The Shining has a broad. I literally looked this up. It's a Broadway musical. It's different from an opera. Is it on Broadway? Damn it, people! I will not be fact checked on my program. If they aren't allowed to fact check in presidential debates anymore, then I don't get to be fact checked on my trivia show. What was the intention of the Pale Lady and Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark? The movie. The movie, not the book, because I can't ask book questions.
People get mad.
I can't read.
People get mad.
People do get mad. If you can read the questions, maybe you get more answers right. I don't misspell everything. Sunday for a repeat champion, I sure do get a lot of complaining out of you. You've managed to get through these questions irregardless.
Again, guys, we're 50-50 on this one, it looks like.
You might smell. I do smell. I can't spell. That's the problem. She wants to give you a smothering hug in the movie.
I think our winner's going to have 9.
Hey. You can host a Scooby-Doo trivia night, okay? Big man with your big sass mouth. As long as I get to watch Zombie Island.
Heather
Very
coming
nice.
in. Well, yeah. Well, that's a big tie. Wow.
That was a big tie. And we have changed the tiebreaker. The tiebreaker is now completely random. It is a complete coin flip if you end up tied with questions correct. So it was allegedly based on how fast you got the answers in, but we figured since there's already like a 10 to 15 second delay, that's kind of hard to really tell. So this seems fair, even though when you got this many ties, it you know.
Yeah, there's a
Hard time.
10th place tie for first place.
10-way tie for first. So
I mean,
sorry, Jay.
we've never had that many tie.
So obviously, I took it way too easy on you. I think the only questions you missed were 2 of Uncle Pete's questions. So, but Heather's a new winner. So welcome, Heather. You're on the board for 2025. Good start. Good start. You know, we have a yearly trivia tournament of champions for our top 8, 9, 10, however many end up winning. Last year it ended up being everybody who won at least twice is in the tournament. We haven't held that one yet, but I'm working on the questions for it, and Uncle Pete can't know about them because he has to play. So, you know, my suggestion to people like Sunday is maybe get that 8th question right, and you can win the tiebreaker, and you can be our first repeat champion in 2025.
There we go.
But it is what it is.
I'm officially retired. So. But I have to come out of retirement to take part in the first tournament of champions.
Uncle Pete's not allowed to. He's not allowed to host the tournament of champions. He's playing it. So we pulled him out of trivia to work trivia. So. Well, Sunday, that's too bad because I'm madly in love with all of you, and you can't take that away from me. You can sass me all you want, but you don't love me as much as Peanuts. Peanut stays up way past her bedtime.
Yes, she does.
And we have to send packages across the pond, as they say, to her. So I have no idea when a musical is made of the hunger. I don't even know how that would work. Truly, honestly, I don't know how any of those would work as musicals. It's kind of.
I want to see a musical of The Fly.
The Brundle. Just call it The Brundle.
Yeah, the Brundle Fly.
Just call it The Brundle. Get out of here, Jay. Amazing. You better watch the movies. Jay's going to complain every single time he doesn't win, and then when he wins, be like, yeah, it was easy. Did it. I've always been there. Oh, God. Well, okay. I don't guess we have anything else. Double features tonight, tomorrow, top of the hour. So you still have time. Next week, we're going to bump it back to 8:30 so that, like, tonight, there'd only be 9 minutes before the movies start. So, we're doing housekeeping. However, as you can see from behind me, I don't keep my house very well. It's just, they say a cluttered office is the sign of a genius. So I don't know what the explanation is here. What else we got? Watch Fright Night. Watch the replay of last night. It's very fun. It's a very fast 2 hours. Honestly, we were going to have an intermission, and there were so many people watching. We were so overwhelmed. We were like, you know what? We're not even going to pause. We're going to roll right on to Act 2. Fantastic cast, fantastic director. Kenny.
I have to check that out.
Kenny Guffey is. We've got lots of other cool stuff in the pipeline, working with him and his team and his crew. So be ready. Oh, King wants to know the Rumble predictions. That's a Pete question. I don't even know a modern wrestler's name.
Yeah, I think the easy is Charlotte for the women's, even though I don't want her to win, and Punk for the men's is a little predictable. But I'm looking at more of the surprises. Like I want Joe Hendry to show up and stuff like that.
Punk, are you talking about CM Punk? Is he still around?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, okay. That's like the only wrestler I still remember. Damn, how long has he been?
John Cena's in the Rumble. You know John Cena.
John Cena's in the Rumble? I didn't know he still did stuff.
Like 20 years.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, his retirement tour.
Who's the heel?
Oh, geez, right now. The Bloodline, Drew McIntyre.
Sounds like a nerd.
God damn.
What, does he come out and hit you with a banjo? Does he have a beard like me?
No, he's the Scottish Warrior. He comes out.
Well, okay. What's the difference between the Scottish Warrior and me? Avian flu.
Yeah.
Avian flu. Right up there. Oh God. Well, we'll give you a 15-minute head start to get your popcorn and booze together. I have to go get gas from Kroger before my fuel points expire at the end of the month. So exciting life I'm living on a Friday night, and then I'll catch the movies. have a beer at 12, and we will see you next month. It's gonna be next month. The next time we play.
Yep.
And it's really cool because it's February, so all of our Fridays are going to be perfect sevens again. We're going to have February 7th, 14th. We get a Valentine's Day trivia night for all you nerds. So skip your dates, cancel them all.
Yep.
They'll understand. Trivia horror takes precedence over love, and we will catch you on the flippity. Is it themed? Maybe. Maybe it'll be a bonus thing.
Love.
We'll see.
Which is the true horror.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be Scooby-Doo themed. Who knows? And I'll have all the questions intentionally wrong to piss off one person. Because that's how I show my love. All right. You all have a wonderful Friday. I will see you in the chat.
Good night, everyone.